Welcome to week 1 of Project Governance and Ethics. I'm David Farwell, your unit coordinator for this unit. In this first week, you should be familiarising yourself with the unit contents. That is, how governance and ethics relates to projects and why we will be looking at the principles and application of governance and ethics in a much wider sense than just projects. As you know by now from other units, this whole program of study is based on international best practice project management principles and processes applied throughout the project management life cycle in a vast number of industry sectors. You will also remember, or I hope you will remember, that throughout the life cycle of every project there must be comprehensive documentation, monitoring, control, audits and reporting to keep all stakeholders informed on the project status. This information forms the basis of governance in projects. Project governance is the process of demonstrating accountability for the way in which the project is managed throughout the life cycle. This includes recording and reporting the processes and procedures used to manage the project activities, provides communication and reporting methods, provides audit and monitoring information, and records project decisions. Ethics in projects is the application of acceptable values and moral and ethical behaviour in dealing with people in the management of the project. You'll see in the week 1 notes that I have said governance is doing the right thing and that ethics is doing the right thing also. As we will discover over the next 13 weeks, there is far more detail to it than these simple statements. But in essence, this is highlighting the fact that governance is the application of measurable procedures to demonstrate accountability in carrying out all of the requirements to manage the project, and that this has been done correctly. Ethics is the less clearly defined and relies more on our understanding and commitment to a set of values and moral code to apply to the dealings with the people involved in the project. Going back now to the governance processes for projects, we are not creating a new set of data, but it is the way in which the project information that you have been developing in the other units in this program, that is your planning information, your time, your cost, your risk and all the other documentation, how that is recorded and used to demonstrate accountability and compliance with the governance requirements of the organisation in which the project is being undertaken. Therefore, project governance is not something carried out in isolation, but is the way in which all project data is essentially monitored and reported to demonstrate compliance with that corporate governance requirement. If you look at the broad definition of corporate governance given by the Organisation for Economic and Cultural Development, that's the OECD, and this was in 2004, I quote, "Corporate governance involves a set of relationships between a company's management, its board, its shareholders, and other stakeholders. Corporate governance also provides the structure through which the objectives of the company are set and the means of obtaining these objectives." End of quote. In Australia and elsewhere, corporate governance is defined by legislation, but in Australia it relates to the Companies Act. So in terms of governance, and in fact ethical considerations, what we have are direct links between project governance, which is about policy, documentation and communication protocols, which must comply with the governance requirements of the corporation, which must in turn demonstrate compliance with the law. These concepts cannot be studied in isolation. from other project management principles and practices. Therefore, initially we will spend some time to review the project processes and procedures which you should know from other units, followed by the essence of corporate governance and how this relates to the law. We will look at governance first and then look at ethics in the second half of the study period. So, for this week, have a look at the notes and have a go at the review questions which are on the home page. Have a go at the review questions before you look at the answers. It will be assumed during the course of this unit that you have this background knowledge from other units. I do not want to know how you manage with these examples or what sort of a score you get in the review questions, but a poor score may indicate to you that you need to do some additional review before you get heavily into project governance and ethics. So, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again next week.
That was great.
Okay.
That was really good.
Next.
Yeah, that's done. That's really good.